Now, this training was sponsored by KCB Bank, Biashara Club. And the question we want to ask ourselves today, can your business survive exponential growth? But before I answer that question, do you visualize your business going through exponential growth? You see, all limitations are self-imposed. If you go to the ocean with a glass or a water bucket to draw water, none of the two containers can finish the sea waters. The ocean has too much water. The limiting factor is the vessel you carry. The limiting factor is yourself, your personal capacity. The fact is, you will never go where you can't see. Your business will never rise above your expectations. Your expectations are your life ceiling. Before you can go anywhere, you've got to see it. You've got to see it with your inner eyes. And this is what we call vision. The reality is every business, in accounting terms, must remain a going concern. Otherwise, it dies. No business can afford not to move forward. That's why there is an old English saying, don't awake a sleeping dog, or rather, let the sleeping dog lie. Sleeping giants die naturally, by natural attrition. They just die away. You can't afford. You see, if I don't use my head for so long, it will atrophy. I will need therapy to be able to use it again. If I fold my hand for so long, it becomes incapacitated. It must continuously be put into practice for it to be functional. The same way you exercise your body, your business must be stretching. You stretch your mind with new knowledge. You must stretch your business. You are either growing or dying away. Even if you are on the right track, you will get run over if you just sit there. Just like an antelope in the field. It can't just sit and say, I'm now in my territory. There is no comfort zone in the jungle. And I'm telling you, in the business jungle, there is no comfort zone. You'll be run over by competition. You'll be run over by changes in policy. You'll be run over by changes in technology. You'll be run over by changes in customer tastes, fashions, and preferences. Even you'll be run over by changes in employee attitude and their work ethic. That's why the business must continuously evolve, change and adapt and grow. You're either growing or dying. But let me first answer this question. What is business growth? What is business growth? I think the key indicator, in my view, of business growth is cash money moolah. More revenue, cash. Business growth means more money. I mean, that's the first indicator. But the second one is more customers and more products. If you have more customers in your business, yes. But of course, they need then to come with more revenue. And if you're launching more products, you're releasing and rolling out more products in the market, that's an indicator of growth. So I'm not saying these three are the only indicators of growth, but for the purposes of this training, the three primary indicators of growth is more revenue, more customers, and more products. But since there are many other parameters, many other indicators, many other measures of growth, I also want us to look at more sales, more channels, and more employees as indicators of business growth. Yes, as the business grows, you get more employees. You start all alone. And then you share the vision with other people. And you start getting more and more people. Then you need more sales and more channels as your business grows. These are clear indicators you're growing. And I'm saying that because sometimes you may have more channels before you experience the revenue. You've put up more channels and the literal profit may take slightly longer, but it's gonna come because you've expanded, you've grown. You see, I'm saying this because many times we don't focus on the process. We live in a generation that want instant miracles, instant money right now. So many people these days don't trust the process. We microwave everything. We don't want that sucker to simmer, to grow naturally. So many people these days don't believe in organic growth. They want to force growth. They want to fast track everything. Everyone wants to live on top of the mountain, but meaning and growth occurs while you're climbing it. We've got to respect the journey. We've got to respect the process. Experience has no substitute. Experience takes time. Mastery takes time. Growth takes time. It's rare when growth takes overnight. Well, one rare exception is the Chinese bamboo tree. It's said that the Chinese bamboo tree, you plant the seedling, you put the water and the fertilizer, you pluck off the weed, you take care of it, you tender it, you nurture it, but you don't notice any tangible results the first year. The second year, you water, you fertilize that tree with no tangible results. The third year, you repeat the process, you manure, you fertilize, you water, you weed out, you remove the pest, you kill the pest, but you hardly see any results. Somewhere in the 5th or 6th week of the 4th year, the Chinese tree begins to shoot. And almost every day, it shoots almost by half a meter. The Chinese bamboo tree grows roughly 90 feet high. What is true for the Chinese bamboo tree is true for the Scottish bamboo. And I want to say this matters your business. There will be days and weeks and months, even perhaps years. You're going to water, fertilize, kill the pest without seeing tangible results. But the greatest difference between winners and losers is the ability to hold on. The real measure of faith is the ability to hang in there. Stay the course. Consistency, not intensity, consistency. Doing the same thing over and over and over again without throwing in the towel. Well, if success were easy, who wouldn't be successful? If business were easy, who would be employed? Everybody would want their own liberty and to have control of their own time, to be their own boss. So business is tough. It's about staying the course through all the bumps, through all the barriers, through all the obstacles. You're going to encounter a lot of fights in the field of business. But you've got to hang in there, stay the course like the Chinese bamboo tree. So today I want us to look at two fundamental things. The question we are answering, can your business survive exponential growth? And I want to break it down into two. One, causes of business growth and how to survive business growth. And number two, causes of exponential business growth and how to survive exponential business growth. And the reason I want to do this, we can't talk about exponential business growth before we first talk about business growth. And I know the concern of most people is not exponential business growth. Let's face it, let's be real, let's be practical, let's keep it down here on the reality. The concern with you is business growth before we first talk about exponential business growth. So I want us to look at causes of business growth. There could be 101 causes of business growth, but I want us to focus on 3 for the purposes of our seminar today. 1, increase in sales increase. Number 2, capital injection. And number 3, industry shift. Of course, if you increase your sales, your business will grow. If there is more capital injection and you put good leadership and governance, your business will grow. And if there is a shift in the industry in your favor, your business will grow. Now, let's look at each of these factors of business growth individually. And the first one is sales increase. And the question is, what really makes sales to increase? What can I do as an entrepreneur to have more sales in my business? Answer, the customers have to buy more. Either the existing customers have to buy more or you have to get new customers. So whatever the case, you must increase your sales. Either the existing customers are buying more or you have more new customers or both. So basically what you need to increase sales is increase in customers. To increase customers, you need new customers and you need customer retention. So to have new customers, what do you need to have new customers? Marketing, period. You need to enhance your visibility. You need to increase your marketing campaign. You need to brand yourself more. You need to be seen more. Yes. Well, maybe you are already branding your walls, you are doing billboards, and maybe newspapers, radios, and TVs are expensive for you. But you have the social media which is free for you. You only need to be strategic. Speak the same story over and over again. Create the same narrative. By the grace of God, I have almost 1.9 million followers on Facebook. And if I were to tell you one thing that led to that massive following on Facebook, is creating the same narrative. For me, I just encourage people every day. I create hope in their lives, in their marriages, in their businesses, in their careers. And I do this every day. There is no miracle. I just write an article every day, since the year 2014. Every single day I've released an article. So it is the cumulative impact of doing the same thing consistently over the years. So create the same visibility. If you're running a chemist, repeat the same story about medicine. If you're a fitness coach, repeat the same story on social media. Avoid wasting your social media space. Repeat the same thing about fitness every day. Throw a quote, do an article every single day. Repeat the story. If you're selling cars, educate us about cars. Tell us today about how to do oil change. Tell us tomorrow about the seat belts. Tell us the next day about the windscreen. Tell us how to procure a car from Japan. Tell us what is better between a Toyota and a Mitsubishi, a Mercedes-Benz, a Volvo, a BMW for this terrain. What car do I need? For this size of a family, what car do I need? Tell us stories about the car over and over again every day until the market begins to see you as the master in that field. Until everybody accepts this is your mastery. And to retain the existing customers, because we need new customers, but we also must retain the existing customers. It doesn't make sense to do +2 - 4, +2 - 4. You get 2 new customers, you lose 4 existing customers. It is more costly to get a new customer than to retain the existing customers. So what do we do to retain the existing customers? Answer: customer experience. You see, graduating from customer service to customer experience. Put yourself in the shoes of the customer. That's what I mean. Customer service is when you deliver the service to the customer. Customer experience is when you put yourself in the shoes of the customer. Now, if you don't remember anything else I'm going to tell you today, just remember this one thing. Just this one thing. Never argue with a customer. Let me repeat. Never argue with a customer. Here is the deal. You have heard many times about customer service. You have been taught. You have attended seminars 1,000,001 times and you're told about customer service. I'm breaking it down for you. It simply means never argue with a customer. For example, you operate a hardware shop and the customer returns an item and they say this pair of pliers is not working. Replace it. Don't argue with them, replace it. Here is the deal. Roughly out of 100 customers, maybe only 1 will complain about your products. The rest will be satisfied. That one guy who returns the product, please be ready to absorb the loss. It may not be your loss. It may be an industrial fault, a malfunction right from production. Just by you accepting replacing that product for this one customer. Let me tell you, this customer has already seen your kindness and your good deeds. And he is going to come back to your business with his cousins, nephews, nieces, siblings, parents, great-parents, friends, peers, classmates, name it, work colleagues, neighbors. That one customer is a network. That one customer is a system. That one customer is a community. Every customer you lose a community. Don't argue with customers. Let's say you operate a taxi like Uber. A customer comes and they're very upset with you because maybe someone annoyed them in the plane and they have just landed annoyed and they're extending the bitterness and the toxins to you. Let me tell you something. You are only with this person maybe for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and they're gone. They're out of your car. Don't lower your emotions to their level. Come on, dude. Rise up above them. Treat them with a smile. Pick up their bags and suitcases and put them in your car trunk, boot, as you call it, whatever you call it. I'm saying don't argue with the customer. Let's say you run a restaurant. A customer complains that the chicken is stale. Replace it. Would you want to eat a stale chicken? I'm saying out of 100 customers, only one may be fancy and weird. Observe the laws of that weird customer. Why? Because you've got to factor in these losses in your business. Don't argue with them. They complained about your food. Replace the food. Make them another meal. And if they're not ready to eat another meal, return the money. Refund the money. I'm telling you this. You'd rather lose the price of one meal than the entire network of that customer. Never, never, never argue with your customer. That way, you'll get new customers and retain existing customers. That will increase your sales and lead to your business growth and business sustainability. Well. The next item, just to have business growth, is capital injection. Let's face it. If we inject capital into your business, you can hire more employees, you can procure more raw materials, you can purchase better technology, you can implement more distribution channels, and with more employees, more raw materials, better technology, more distribution channels, the end effect is you increase your production, you increase your marketing, your visibility, your branding, you increase your distribution, and the end result is growth in your sales, growth in your business. Who is gonna inject capital into your business? Let's be real. Who is gonna inject capital into your business? The first and most sure way of capital injection into your business is you plowing back the business proceeds back into the business. Don't eat everything. Allocate part of your earnings, part of your profits to your business. That's your first baby. Yes, plow back the profits back to your business. But number two, you can get partners. You can reach out to partners, and you can also reach out to investors, or you can even reach out to venture capitalists. They're not interested in your business for the long run. They want to be in your business for 5 years, 7 years, recoup back the investment, make some money, and get out of your business. But it's your job to show them that the business is working, the structure, the system. It is your job to reach out to them, create the vision, the appetite. The reason partners and investors come to your business is to make money. You've got to convince them you're already making money. That's why in most cases, people inject money into a business that's already existing. Even bankers, it's easier for them to give a loan to an existing business than a startup. It's been tested and proven. There's a line between what is on paper, a business plan on paper, and the ground reality are two totally different stories. That's why when you start, there's a higher chance of people being attracted to invest in your business. And the third thing that leads to business growth is the industry shift. If the industry shifts in your favor, then you can experience growth. What's that? Sometimes there is collapse of a competitor. So, if a business closes down in the same industry, you can get part of their market share because you're not the only player in the industry. You can get some of their customers if you move swiftly, if you have positioned yourself strategically. And secondly, an industry can shift because of government policies that are in your favor, favorable government policies. The government can decide we are no longer going to import coffee or tea into this market, or we are going to raise the taxation for imports of coffee, tea, or clothes, whatever industry you're in, or medications. And of course, then it means that it's harder for external markets to invest in your economy. So that favors the local producers, the local distributors, the local retailers, the local entrepreneurs. So one single policy can favor the industry and move your business forward. Now, here is the deal. We've talked about business growth, but the real question is not business growth. The real question right now, how then do you survive business growth? There could be many ways. For me, I focus on three ways to survive business growth. Number one is business structure, number two is business systems, and number three is business people. This is a triangle. Yes, to survive business growth, the first thing is the business structure. Most businesses collapse because of poor governance. And business structure means What are the departments in your business and what are the reporting lines? Who reports to who in what department? It is organizing your business in departments that focus on certain aspects. For example, you can have finance department, marketing department, HR department, production department. And the guys in marketing just focus on marketing. And then there are clear reporting lines. So there's clear governance structures in your business. To survive business growth, number 2, you need business systems. And this is the integration between technology, people, and processes. I repeat, business systems is the integration between technology, processes, and people. It means this, that at any given moment, you don't need a particular individual for your business to run. Anyone coming to a business with minimal orientation, they can operate it. If I go to Chick-fil-A right now, I need a 10 minutes orientation to operate that business, or MacD, or I go to Walmart. Why? There is a system in place. I log into the laptop. I know when people are buying the product. I know when they return what needs to be done. The process is smooth. The technology is supporting the processes and the people. And then finally, the third aspect to survive business growth, the third strategy, is the people. What does that mean? There are many people that support a business, but there are three critical people in the business. And that's employees, customers, and suppliers. Watch this. If employees walk out on you en masse, the business is over. It is employees who run the business. Business is run by people, for people, through people. Number 2, if customers walk out on you en masse, you're finished. We've got to retain customers, and we have just talked about it. And to retain employees, treat your employees as though they're your finest customers. And guess what? They will follow your example. If you treat them like your finest customers, they will treat your most valuable customers similarly. The same way you treat them, they will extend the same treatment, the same attitude to your customers. And that way, you've got to take care of your suppliers of goods and services, the financial institutions that support you, where you get your raw materials, the guys who support you, whether it's the electrician who repairs gadgets or laptops, whatever. You know what? If you mess up with your suppliers, you destroy your value chain. And you can't survive business growth if you tamper with the value chain. So to survive business growth, you've got to work on your business structures, your business systems, and the business people, the people who support your business. I've talked about these things in details in this book, Reposition Yourself, available in Amazon. All right, now what's the difference between normal growth and exponential growth in business? What's the difference? You know, when we hear the word normal, some of us think it's a straight path, a straight line. Straight lines don't exist in real life. That's why when you're in school, when you're doing your statistics, somebody taught you that the normal curve it's like that, the normal curve. And you can draw a line at the middle of the normal curve. You can draw a line. That line at the middle is the line of averages, the line of means, the mode, the median, the arithmetic mean, the geometric mean, the harmonic mean, because the normal population is always like that. It's a curve. And the two extreme sides, we call them outliers. Most people operate within a certain small percentage of the averages. That's why we use the 95% confidence interval. If your customers, 95% of your customers are satisfied, you're delivering results. Yeah, you're delivering results. So the real difference between normal growth and exponential growth is the skewness of the curve. How sharp is the curve? In lay language, if your business takes a short time to deliver more results, that's exponential growth. If, for example, your company grows in 2-3 years, that's exponential, because it takes about 10 years for a business to grow. For a business to be sustainable, it takes about 5 years. To experience phenomenal growth, it takes like 10 years. Exponential growth means it has grown phenomenally within 3 years. This is very common among software companies. You'll find, for example, the day Meta launched Threads, people began threading. 70 million people subscribed to Threads the same day. That's exponential growth. That's exponential growth. Now, Normal growth, for example, you open a supermarket, a hardware, a restaurant, a pharmacy, you're a motor vehicle dealer, you're selling furniture or houses, land, name it, books. You may take up to 10 years. You'll take more years to grow than the way, say, Safaricom behaved with Mpesa, or Microsoft behaved with its products, or Facebook or Twitter, or something like Google. That's exponential growth. Very high rise in revenue within a very short period of time. That's what we are calling exponential growth. And what leads to exponential business growth? There are many factors. I'll look at four. Four things can lead to exponential business growth overnight. One is a new product. You can launch a product that overwhelms you. You know what? My dear friend Paul Kenuthia he's in the cosmetic industry. He launched one product, nice and lovely. It went viral, it went crazy. It confounded the producer himself, almost confused him. In fact, he had to sell the product. The product did so well, he sold it to L'Oreal, the largest cosmetic industry in the world, at 2 billion shillings. One single product changed the entire business of that entrepreneur. And I've written that story in this book. You don't need a job. I've written that story. In fact, as at now, I have published 17 books. And this book also went viral. It changed my fortunes in the book industry. There is a guy by the name Ekatori. He published a book, The Power of Now. He struggled for many, many years. Then one day he was invited by Oprah Winfrey for an interview. And within the next couple of weeks, that product went viral. It went crazy. Broke through the webs. I mean, one product, you can launch one product that goes berserk, exponential growth. The second thing that can lead to exponential business growth is a new policy. The government can come up with a policy like it happened in Kenya in the year 2003. You know, the Minister of Transport then, John Michuki, just said, we must have safety belts in the public transport system. And the next couple of weeks made millionaires out of the guys who were supplying public transport vehicles with safety belts. Just the seat belts. People brought in containers and containers. But the real question is this, was it sustainable? What happened to those guys 6 months later? That's the reason we are doing this topic. How then do we sustain exponential business growth? Because a policy can change in your favor. And then the next moment, there are drastic changes that are not working in your favor, or the product has flooded the market. Other people have stepped in because the entry level was so low. There were many other players flooding into the market. So can you sustain the exponential business growth? Now, the third thing that can lead to exponential business growth is innovation. Just think about this. Bill Gates came up with, the software packages, and suddenly he became, within less than 10 years, he was a billionaire. Mark Zuckerberg launched Facebook when he was a very young kid in his early 20s. Before he was 30, he was a dollar billionaire. I mean, innovation is a game changer. Look at Elon Musk, for instance. I mean, just coming up with a concept of an electric car changed his fortunes. As at now, he's the wealthiest man in the world because of innovation. Yes, innovation can lead to exponential business growth. The examples are countless. Look at Google. I mean, innovation has been a game changer in many, many, many people's lives. You might want to think about it. But number 4, mergers can lead to exponential business growth. And mergers include acquisitions. For example, the way KCB Bank acquired National Bank, acquired Bank of Rwanda, because when you do mergers, then you end up acquiring the market, the customers, and the employees, and the technology, the assets of this other business. So those are 4 things that lead to exponential business growth: new products, new policies, innovation, and mergers. But now, the real question we wanted to answer in this particular training: what are the strategies to survive exponential business growth? Let me share with you some 6 strategies, and we wrap up this training to survive exponential business growth. Number 1, new geographies. If you realize you are growing exponentially, you're growing too fast, Just go to new geographies. If you are operating in Nairobi, try Kisumu, try Mombasa, try Kampala, try Kigali, Rwanda. Go to Kinshasa, go to Addis Ababa, try new markets, new geographies. Number two, the second strategy is new channels. The way the bank that has sponsored this training, KCB Bank, they have different channels. You can go to the branch and do transactions. You can do transactions through ATM. You can do transactions online. You can go to your laptop and transfer money online. You can do transfers using your phone, mobile money. These are different channels, same bank. So yes, you can reach people who are offshore. You can reach people in every continent by exploring new channels. And this has worked for me. I have people buying my books and my online courses all over the world. I do trainings through Zoom. I host trainings from folks all over the world. I do executive coaching for business people all over the world simply because of new channels. I have people right now, immediately after this training, I'll be training somebody else this afternoon from a different corner of this world. So yes, you can afford to sell your products and services anywhere on this planet if you just embrace new channels. The third strategy to survive business growth, exponential business growth, is diversification. You can diversify. For example, you're doing well in beauty, or you are a barber, you are a salonist, or you are a chemist, you are a pharmacist, you are operating hardware, a school, a hospital, and then you can invest in real estate. You can put up apartments and start collecting rentals, but don't diversify before the business has experienced exponential growth. Don't take money from your business and destroy your cash flow, the money you're supposed to do your daily operations. Don't take money from your recurrent expenditure and put it and diversify. You diversify when your business is stable and experiencing exponential growth. Diversification is one way to mitigate risks, and it's commendable. Yeah. Number four, the fourth strategy to survive exponential business growth is operational efficiency. What's that? For example, you're operating a restaurant and it takes 10 minutes to serve a customer food. You can take 5 minutes to serve the same meal. Yes, that is the secret behind McD. Because they take a very short period to serve the customer. What is true for McD is true for Chick-fil-A. It is true for Burger King. It is true for Starbucks. And basically restaurants here in the West. They operate so, I'm talking of fast food restaurants. They operate so fast, pretty fast. You have to, if you are a manufacturer and it was taking you, say, to produce your perfumes, it was taking you, say, a single month you're producing 1,000 perfumes, then efficiency may mean you're doing 10,000 perfumes the same month. You're increasing your operational efficiency. It means you're taking less time to produce more. Number five, the fifth strategy to survive exponential business growth is market segmentation. And there are different ways you can segment your market. You can use demographics. For instance, age. I have these products and services for kids, for teenagers, for young adults, for more mature people. Different market segments. Or you can focus on gender. Men and women usually have different tastes and different purchasing behavior. Women tend to buy clothes more, and women tend, generally speaking, to be more impromptu buyers than men, generally speaking. You can also segment your market depending on the social status of the people. There are people with more money than others, and it's not your fault. It's okay to say, I'm going to take certain products in this market and certain products in this market. For example, to be very specific, you can decide, I'm going to have 2 outlets for selling my cars. One in Umoja, Nairobi, and another one in Karen. In my current outlet, which is upmarket, I'm going to focus on selling Mercedes-Benz and Land Cruisers and Prados and other high-end cars. And maybe in Umoja, and I have a lot of respect for people from Umoja. Please, 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 don't take this out of context. But I may choose to take a car like Premios, the smaller Toyotas, to a place like Umoja and the Nissan Sunnies and Mitsubishis. because you find 1 out of 100 people in Umoja with a brand new product. It's rare. So you can segment your market like that and take certain products on the up market and certain products on the, say, middle class market, and even another product to another market. There are people who are interested with products like the Mirror distributors, the guys who transport Mirror. They're interested with the products. I may keep such a dealership in Meru where there are products. So you can segment your business for it to survive growth, so that you don't have redundancy. You're keeping certain products that are not moving because they're in the wrong market segment. And number 6 is business partnerships. You know, when you realize there is so much growth, you can bring more people on board in your business. More people. If you bring people into your business, they come with more capital. They bring more technology, more skills, more expertise, more knowledge. All you need to do is to offer leadership and proper governance. More people means more growth. Usually when you bring investors and partners, they come with fresh ideas, new ideas. They challenge your norm and they take you to a new norm which is higher than where you were. So in brief, the strategies to survive exponential business growth: 1, new geographies; 2, new channels; 3, diversification; 4, operational efficiency; 5, market segmentation; and number 6, business partnership. I'm going to sum up with a quote from Sergey Brin, a co-founder of Google. He said, and I quote, "The only way you're going to have success is to have lots of failures first." The only way you're going to have success is to have lots of failures first. So basically I'm saying, don't give up when you experience some drawbacks. Don't give up when you experience some losses. Business has to go through seasons. It's not going to be summer all the time. Sometimes it's going to be dull. That's autumn, that's fall. And sometimes there's going to be winter, stormy, when seriously you're remaining under. But spring is coming when you're going to sprout and to shoot and to smile. And summer is coming when you're going to experience exponential growth. I hope you learned something in this training. Please give me your feedback. Feedback includes questions and comments and your views. They are welcome. Your feedback matters to me and to our sponsor, KCB Bank Biashara Club. So KCB Bank Biashara Club, thank you so much for sponsoring this corporate training. And all the best to every entrepreneur. Cheers.